Yo dude, check out this dope video. I think I nailed it. Good morning, Chubsters. Well, it's another miserable day here in rainy tropical Queensland. So it looks like I'm grounded. There's too much rain. It's been raining all week since we last spoke. There is some good news. 2 more weeks to go and I'm back down in Brisbane to finish the paramotor training. So stay tuned, great things to come. So I wanted to chat to you about this strange phenomenon I've been seeing on the internet. All this weird and wacky talk, you know. There's no wonder I've not been very successful with the paramotoring. I don't know the lingo. So I've been hearing some pretty wacky words out there, guys. I think you call it bro talk. You know what I mean by bro talk. Such words as super everything. So I've got to try and learn to say super everything. So today it's super wet, super rainy, super cloudy, super warm, super humid. Now super's got a positive ring to it. Some words have a negative ring to it. Like for example, the words sketchy, or sometimes shortened to sketch. So now we've got super sketchy or super sketch. Okay, I think I've got those. So what other negative words have we got? Gnarly. There's another word for you. So it's super gnarly. And you've got to say it with a certain ring. Hey dudes, the weather's super gnarly. Look at this super gnarly cloud in the background. Or even better than super gnarly, we can use freaking. It's freaking gnarly, dude. So now we've got super gnarly or freaking gnarly. Freaking gnarly. Look at this freaking gnarly cloud behind me. But what about something that we enjoy? Something we really like, we say it's dope. Dope. Mate, where I come from, dope, that's something that you smoke. So, and now we've got dope, so, oh man, that was really dope. Or super dope. Well, that was freaking dope, man. And the other one I keep hearing all the time is this nailed it. Well, I'm probably getting a little bit old now, but you know, nailed it was a phrase that you used when you'd had a glorious night of love with a certain lady. You'd go back to your very good friends and you'd say, hey guys, I nailed it. But it seems that in bro speak, nailed it now means I did it good. Hey guys, nailed it. Yo dude, check out this dope video. I think I nailed it. Send it. Let's send it. I'm gonna send it. Send what, guys? As a package. I'm gonna send it. You see, I'm no stranger to bro talk. We had a little bit back in the era when I grew up, you know, 1980s, 90s. We'd say words like rad and cool. Man. Rad man. Radical. You see, I don't get it. I don't get this bro talk thing. Maybe I'm too old. Maybe I'm too English. Who knows? Cool's not cool anymore. Rad's not rad anymore. But dope's dope. Dope. You see, all the big guys that make the videos, they all use it. They all speak this bro talk. I can't do it, guys. I'm trying. I think I'm freaking gnarly at it. It doesn't work. Doesn't fucking work. Yep, it's raining again. Trying to do a video. Pissing it down with rain. Freaking gnarly. Freaking gnarly rain. Well, welcome back. So what I wanted to do is quickly show you my paramotor. There's a little bit of a story behind the paramotor. It was bought during a night on the whiskey. So me and Paul were talking by text message. We'd been talking about doing this paramotoring for about a year. Paul kept moaning all the time that we weren't getting anywhere. So I promised we will. We've just been really busy. And then one night while drinking whiskey, I saw this for sale on Facebook. And when I woke the next morning, we'd bought it. And by we, I mean myself and Paul, because he'd also been drinking. I don't know how that happens, but I wanted to share with you some of the reasons why I did select this Paramotor, other than being inebriated. The first reason that I picked it was it's got a reputation for reliability. And reliability is a major issue in this part of the world because we're not very well connected. This part of Australia doesn't have good communication. It takes weeks for anything to be delivered here in the post. So if anything breaks on it, you know, like a belt goes or a prop light's happened or anything like that, it will take weeks for the parts to arrive. And I didn't want to be grounded for weeks waiting for parts to arrive from the rest of Australia or the rest of the world. So I picked a motor for reliability. The second reason that I picked this Paramotor was the size of the harness. Now, when I read about it, I read that you can get an XL harness for this, a bigger harness, for big guys like me, and maybe for like you, who knows. As it turns out, this harness seems to fit fairly well, and I'm a big guy. I've not flown with it yet, so it might be a different thing once I'm up in the air. It fits very snug, but it feels comfortable when it's on the ground and when I've been kiting with it. So who knows, perhaps I won't need the XL harness, but I'll let you know in future. Once we're off the ground and I've got a little bit of air experience on my back, I'll give you some feedback on what this harness is like. So that was the second reason. The third reason that I chose this Paramotor is it has the electric start. Again, lots of other Paramotors have electric start, but this has start-stop on the same handle. So here it is, start-stop on the same button with the throttle here. So I like the idea of being able to start the Paramotor and stop it with one hand. Some of the other Paramotors that are out there, it does have start-stop, but the stop is on a different button. So what you have to do is you have to move this hand across to press to start it. And I think that if you needed the power back on for a go-round, or there was instances where the engine might have stalled and you want to start it, if you're in a position where you're still actively handling the glider, you can't do this, I don't believe, easily when you're actively managing a glider. So I liked that idea. I think that's a good feature. That was one of the other reasons that I bought it. E-start, reliability, relatively local parts. They're a few thousand kilometers away. And the size of the seat. The other reason that I picked this one is the size of the motor. It's a 200cc. I am a big guy, and the power behind the motor does affect the performance for a big guy. It affects the climb rate, so you want plenty of reserve. And I'm informed that this is a fairly powerful motor. There are more powerful out there, but this, I'm told, should manage my weight. 200cc, 125, which probably do a lot of you lighter guys, it would be no good for a hefty beast like me. The drawbacks that I find with this motor is that it is quite heavy. I think it weighs something like 30-something kilograms when it's without fuel in it, and that is quite heavy. Of course, weight is important when you're on the ground and when you're landing and when you're taking off. The weight of the Paramotor is less important when you're in the air. What I found with this Paramotor is when I first put it on, I feels okay. It feels like putting a rucksack on. I feel strong. I think it's not a big problem. If I spend any period of time practicing running around with the motor on my back, those kind of things, I rapidly fatigue, and I find that it doesn't take long then before it suddenly starts to feel very, very heavy. So I would think that there is an issue of endurance here, depending on your own strength and physical fitness, of course. But when I put it on, I feel good. I would imagine in a situation where I'm flying, if I'm not up and in the air within 1 or 2 launches, I'm going to start to struggle, and this is going to take me nowhere. Here's the board that goes up like this, okay, for running and takeoff. Nice big seat there, nice and comfortable. Hangs fairly high. Okay, in the harness, I don't know whether you like that. Some people like to hang high, some lower. I know there's some advantages and disadvantages either way. I'm no expert on that. The battery pack is behind here. We just have to remove these clips. And we have a battery pack in here for the electric start. It does charge. I disconnect the power. So this is the action side. This particular model's got an aluminium hoop with this kind of nylon tennis racket kind of string. I have heard some criticisms that people don't feel as though this is good protection for hands and things going through. I guess you can get your hand through there, you can't with the netting, but I'm not sure whether that actually makes a big difference in outcomes. You know, correct me if I'm wrong. If you've heard of many accidents because of people being dragged through the netting on a Nirvana, I'd like to hear about that. I can see the theoretical reasons, but, you know, theoretic pales into insignificance when it comes to data. You can see probably the spar here. That's been handmade by the previous owner because he didn't like his helmet touching the spar occasionally. And those were my main choices for choosing this, and it was available. It was within the price range that I was looking at, and I was drunk, so it was all blurred out anyway. Wouldn't advise buying one of these things drunk. I would advise speaking to your instructor or somebody with a lot of experience about the paramotor that you're going to buy. Look, I don't have a reputation for being very sensible sometimes, so don't follow my lead. Follow the lead of your instructor, and there's lots of good machines out there. There's always a little bit of bias because instructors are normally connected or involved in some way with a brand. And of course, when they train you, they want to sell you the brand. But you can guarantee that if they're using that brand for their instructing and their teaching, it's going to be a good brand anyway. And it's probably good if you've picked that particular person as your instructor, probably because they're local, 1,500 kilometers, probably because they're local, but you've picked that particular instructor. That must have been for reasons of convenience, so I would probably pick the machine your instructor represents for the same reasons, convenience. So those are my words of wisdom as a newbie paramotor guy. Talking about newbies, all right, now I'm not able to fly at the moment. I've got to wait 2 weeks, as I've said. But why don't you check out somebody who is flying, who's just learned to fly, and that's Paranoob. So Paranoob's probably started this journey roughly at the same time as me. He's managed to get himself into the sky. Well done. Check out the card there, okay? Check out his card. That'll take you to his channel. Have a look at some of his videos. But make sure you come back. Because we've got the prop damage on here, I'm just going to remove this prop and just have a look what's beneath. So you get with the Nirvana this ring spanner. You use the ring spanner like so to remove this. So it should be anti-clockwise, which it is. So we crack that, remove this ring, okay. And then we have beneath it the studs with the prop, and what we should do is just pull these off. I'm just going to pull these off and inspect the studs. So you can see here the blades come off as individual blades. Now, a question I want to ask you guys is, I've ordered a replacement prop, but you know, this prop looks good apart from just nipped off the tips there. Are these repairable? Let me know if you can, guys, in the comments down below. I'd love to know whether I can get that repaired economically without it costing more than a replacement prop. That would be good then. I can keep using these for practice and put the new ones on once I'm actually getting up and around. So I'm just inspecting these studs here. They're all tight. No fractures, no breaks at all. So Did a quick inspection. I'm going to pop everything back together without the props on. And there you have it, the Nirvana. So that's it for today, guys. Sorry, we've not been doing much kiting and flying. I know there's a lot of you out there really looking forward to me taking my first flight. So am I. I've been overwhelmed by the support. You know, I started doing these videos just for a laugh because the kids thought it was funny and they thought some of the videos that I took on the iPhone were hilarious. So I bundled them together, stuck them on a YouTube channel, and before I knew it, I've got 286 subscribers at the moment. So that's 286 of you out there who have voted with a click to watch some of my videos. And I know that's a small amount of subscribers compared to some of the major channels, but to me that means a lot. I mean, that's, you know, guys out there wanting to watch what I do. I hope I'm bringing some inspiration to some of you fatter pilots. I hope I'm bringing inspiration to anybody who fancies doing paramotoring. If a 51-year-old fat guy at 142 kilograms can fly a paramotor, then you can too. So once again, thank you for your overwhelming support. Please, if you are enjoying them and you're new here, then hit the subscribe button. I think it's down there. Don't forget to click the bell icon though. YouTube doesn't send notifications out to all subscribers. You have to click the notification button if you want to get notifications of new videos. Good things coming soon. 2 weeks and we'll be back doing lessons. You'll be able to see my first flight then. Until then, thank you once again for watching. Bye for now.
This video is super sketchy, super sketch, super dope, freaking dope, freaking gnarly. Hey, nailed it.